Alright, paper 2, milestone check 1, question number 1. Some teachers made this amount of keychains for a fundraising project. 26 of it were defective. And the rest was sold at $5. So we need to find out what is the rest first. So the rest in this case will be 346. Subtract away your defective, which is 26. And your answer is 320. So then after that, each of these 320 was sold for $5 each. So therefore your answer is 1600. Okay. Next, Wayne spent 2/5 of his money on a meal and 1/5 of it on movies. He had $45 at first. So off means times, right? So his money originally he had 45. Alright, so how much money had he left? So there's a few ways of doing this, but they want to know how much money he has left. So you must find out the fraction of it first. So if you were to find out the fraction, you will realize that 2/5 plus 1/5 is 3/5. 3/5 is basically what he spent. And then after that, the next one, you want to know what is remaining. So 1 minus 3/5 is actually 2/5. 2/5 is what he has left, the fraction of it. So you want to know what is 2/5 of 45. You will take 2/5 times 45 because off means times. Okay, simplify it, cancel. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 45 divided by 5 is 9. So your answer would be 18. So $18. Okay, next. Mr. Chu had some 10 cents and some 50 cents coins. He has as many 10 cent coins as 50 cent coins. The coins add up to $24. Okay, how many 10 cents did he have? So because it is the same number. I'm not talking about value, I'm talking about number. The number is the same. So what you can do is you find out what is the value of one set. And that would be 10 cents plus 50 cents. So remember, when we are dealing with money, we try to always calculate in up to 2 decimal places. So this is 60 cents. Okay, but I'm omitting the dollar signs so that I don't have to deal with the dollar signs. So this is the value of one set. So what you can do is take $24. Okay, you will then take $24 divide by 0.60. Your answer is 40 cents. So you know that since one set is 10 plus 50, okay, you would know that in this case they are all together 40 10 cents. Okay, because the number of 10 cents and 50 cents is the same. So just by finding the sets, you can get the answer. Number 4. Johan makes 3.9 meters of water with 0.78 liters of syrup to make a syrup drink. The amount of syrup drink could fill 4 identical glasses. How much syrup drink must he make to fill 12 of such glasses? Give your answers in liters. So you know that this amount is 4, correct? So you basically want to find out what is the total. Alright? So the total of these two would be 3.9 plus 0.78. Now when you do this, it is extremely important that you check that they are both in the same units. So liters and liters, it's fine. No issue. So that leaves us with 4.68 liters. That's fine. Okay. Now we know that since 4.86 can fill 4 glasses, but it is not 4 glasses that we want. It is 12 glasses. So we know that 4 times 3 equals to 12. So what we need to do now is we need to multiply this amount by 3. Since this amount is enough for 4 glasses, but we don't want 4, we want 12. So we need to multiply by 3. So 4.68 times 3, your answer will be 14.04 liters. Now caution, in this case, right, no issue because they want it in liters. Sometimes they will tell you they want it in liters and milliliters. That's where you need to convert. Okay? Jamie spilled some ketchup on her results slip as shown. Her average mark for the 3 subjects is 86. How many marks did she score in total for English and mathematics? Okay, so basically for this, right, the first thing you need to know is you want to find out what is the total. So to find out, since this is the average is this, to find out total, it would be 86 times 3. Why times 3? Because the average is 86 and there are 3 subjects. So therefore your answer would be 258. Okay? Now, in total for these 2. So these 2 are the unknown. So what you can do is you take total, subtract away this amount. 92, you will get this total here. Okay? So your answer would be 258 subtract away 92 and your answer is 166 marks. Okay? Next, in a marching exercise attended by 534 pupils, there were 6 instructors and the rest were students. Okay, so let's hide up. This is the total number. This is instructors. And then the rest of it were students. Okay. 96 of the students were put in group A. Okay, the remaining students were put in group B and they were arranged equally in 18 rows. How many students were there in each of the 18 rows? Okay, so to do this, right, we first need to take a look at this. The first step would be to subtract away the 6 instructors together with the 96 students. Why? Because we are only interested in group B. So we want to know what is group B. 534 subtract 6 subtract 96, that will give us 432. So this is for group B. Then after that, we take 432 divided by 18. Why? Because there were 18 rows. Your answer is 24. So there were 24 students. So please write your statement, okay? Next. Okay. Madam Chang made some banana pies for sale. In the morning, she sold 4/9 of the banana peels. In the afternoon, she said 2/5 of the remaining. In the evening, she sold half, okay, of the banana pies that were left. What fraction of the banana was left at the end of the day? This one you can do branching method or you can do model. I personally prefer model because I'm able to see what is happening. So I know that So if I'm going to draw this, I know that in total, there were 9, correct, in the morning. I'm talking about morning, so I'm going to use red. So I'm going to divide everything that she has into 9 units, okay, as much as possible. Give me a second. Let me see if I can adjust this thing. Yes, okay. Okay, as equal as possible, 9. Okay, then she said that she sold 4 units. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this red color belongs to the morning, right? Then after that, she said, oh, I sold 2/5 of the remaining. So this is the remaining, right? Okay. So the remaining, right? She said 2/5. So I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, just nice. It is also 5 units. So straight away, I know that I'm going to use blue color in the afternoon. 1, 2. Okay, so this is done. And then the last one, she said she sold half of the banana pies in the evening. So in the evening, I'm going to use green. So what is half of 3 units left? So this is 1, 2, 3, right? But I need half. 1.5, very good. So to do that, I will need to divide this unit into half. But I cannot just divide that 1 unit into half, right? I will divide everything by half. And then so now instead of 3 units, I have 6 units. So half of 6 units is actually 3 units. So in total, I have this amount left. So they say, what fraction of the banana pies were left at the end of the day? So let's count. 1, 2, 3. 3 out of total 18 units. So this whole thing here, okay, sorry, maybe I should do it the other way around. My bad. Uh-oh. Wait, how do I undo? Okay, so this whole unit here is actually 18 units. This part over here is 3 units. So the fraction would be 3 out of 18. Correct? And then you simplify it. Cancel, cancel. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 18 divided by 3 is 6. So your answer is actually 1/6. Okay? Express your answer in the simplest form. So where is my working? This is considered my working. Okay? Because I clearly showed that this was the remainder. Okay? Left. Oh, sorry. Left. Make sure you label this so that the examiner know how on earth did you get it. Okay? So model itself can be your working in this case. Alright, moving on. Okay, Mr. Tang has an empty rectangular tank measuring 80 by 60 by 75. So this is the full tank size. To find capacity, you want to multiply everything. He turns on the tap that flows at a rate of 6 liters per minute. How many minutes will it take to fill 3/4 of the tank? So in the first place, we want to find what is capacity. Remember, capacity means how much the tank can fill when it's the fullest. So capacity, to find volume of something, is length times breadth times height. And that would be 80 times 60 times 45. Okay? So your answer is actually 216,000. Okay? Now, this is what the tank can fill up to the brim. But do we want that? No, we do not want that. We only want 3/4. So off means what? Times. So we want to know the volume. So 3/4 times 216,000. Your answer will be 162,000. Okay? So this is your capacity. This is not your capacity. This is what you want to fill it up. So granted that you know that, okay, the rate is like this. Oh, by the way, it's very important to note that this is cm cube. Why is it important? Because this is in liters. Okay? So you need to do a bit of conversion. You know that 6 liters, when converted to cm cube, is times 1000. Okay, and then you will get 6000 cm cube. Or ml, they are the same. 1 cm cube equals to 1 ml, is the same. Okay? So now you know that 1 cm cube, okay, 1 minute you can fill 6000 cm cube. So therefore you want to find out 1 cm cube takes how long to fill. So 1 cm cube would be 1 divided by 6000. And so therefore your answer is 1 over 6000. Okay? And then therefore to fill 162,000 cm cube, you will need to take 162,000 times 16000. Your answer is 27 minutes. Okay? Okay, 27 minutes. Okay, so obviously you can work out this part first. You can if you want to do that. Alright? Next. Okay, moving on. Next. Interest rates. So you already know what kind of questions will come out. Volume, and then you have interest rates. Okay? Please do not be complacent. Even if you get it right, it'll be good to actually find out why you got it right. Single bank pays the following interest rate for different amounts deposited. So what does it mean? So for people who put a certain amount of money in, they get a special interest rate. If you put more, you get more interest rate. That is how the bank entice people to put in more money. Mrs. Lee deposited 150,000 while Madam Rita deposited 80. What is the difference in amount that Mrs. Lee and Madam Rita received at the end of 1 year? So when I talk about interest, I want real money. Okay, I'm not talking about percentage, so I must calculate. So if you put 50,000 to 99, you get 0.5. So Madam Rita put 80, so therefore she falls in this range. The interest rate that she will earn in terms of percentage is 0.5%. Okay, that is hers. And then Mrs. Lee, she actually deposit 150,000. So 150,000 actually goes under here. It is not above. So her percentage earned is 1%. So now that you have made such annotations, class, do you see what I'm doing? I'm actually annotating as I work my way. Because when I annotate like that, it is a lot clearer and then I'll calculate their interest rates. So remember this right hand, left hand rule. So I want to know what did Mrs. Lee earn. Okay, so Mrs. Lee. So remember, I always say the right hand side is easier. So Mrs. Lee, because I want real money, my right hand side will be 105, okay, times, okay, 1%. So therefore, my answer would be 1/100. Okay. So in this case, your answer would be 1500. This is the interest rate earned by Mrs. Lee. And then now you have to talk about Rita. So Rita, in this case, her real amount is 80,000. And her interest rate is only 0.5%. So therefore, in this case, her answer is only 400. So therefore, what is the difference then? So the difference would be 1500 minus away 400. Answer 1100. Alright, make sure you put in your units. You're very careless. Until now, I still find people not putting in their units. Okay? Now, the line graph shows the number of posters a printer can print over 8 minutes. So remember, I told you this. You need to be very careful. Read your horizontal line first, then read your vertical line. So this tells me that, okay, what is printed at every 2 minutes. How many pieces of poster can the printer print in 1 minute? So in this case, right, what you can do is two methods. One, you find out what is the total amount. So if you read at 8, I'm going to draw for you the line. Okay, it's actually 120. So basically, it's just 120 divided by 8 minutes. Your answer is 15. So answer is 15 posters in 1 minute. Okay. Now at this rate, how much time would the printer to print 3450 pieces of posters? Okay. So to do this, you will take, this is A and this is B. So B would be 3450 divided by 15. Okay, because 1 minute is 15 ma, so your answer is 230 minutes. But wait, be very careful. What did they want you to give it in? Hours and minutes. So you have to convert this. So to convert this, okay, we know that every 60 minutes is actually 1 hour. So 230 minutes when divided out, okay, is 3 hours and 50 minutes. Okay. If you want to use the short form of it, can but it needs to be written like that. It's H and not HR. Okay, 50 MIN, no S at the back. Okay. Be very careful. Not capital letter H, not HR. Next. Okay. The pattern below is made up of bells hung on a pole. Okay. So how many bells are there in figure 5? So to do this kind of question, what you should do is that you need to actually see, okay, what is the difference. Okay, can you see a certain number of pattern, okay, over all this type? So let's take a look. Usually we can try this out by finding the difference. So the difference between here is 3. And then the difference between here is 5. And then the difference between here is 7. So you realize that the difference between every single row, okay, is actually a plus 2. Correct? So the next number that you should be difference between here, it should be a 9. Correct? So therefore, if this is a 9, then your answer would just simply be 20 plus 9. So A, 20 plus 9 equals 29. Now I need you to actually show me the working. So while some of you may go, oh, I can straight away see. No, but I need to know how you got it. Okay? Okay, in B. In which figure there'll be 104? Okay? So 104 bells. So in this case, okay, when you take a look at it, you can do the number pattern. Okay, so I'm going to show you the number pattern. It's a bit more long-winded, but eventually you get it easier. Okay, so you have your pattern number. And then you have your value. And then you have your rule. Okay, so what is your rule in this case? Ask yourself, how do you actually get certain things, right? So in this case, your pattern number 1, how do you get 5? You will realize that to take this, right, you need to take the same number, which is 1 times 1, and then you add 4. So for example, 1 times 1 plus 4 equals to 5. You will see that this and this is the same. You apply the next one. N is what? N is your number pattern. So 2 times 2 plus 4. Okay? So 2 times 2 is actually 4. 4 plus 4 is actually 8. Then after that, you try again. 3 times 3 plus 4. Your answer is actually 9 plus 4, which is actually 13. So you know that there is this number rule. Okay, so you can actually put here, and then your rule is n times n plus 4. So 1. You must show at least 3. Okay, show at least 3. You don't have to do everything, but your presentation you should show 3. Okay? And then therefore, you have 5. This is 1 times 1 plus 4 equals to 5. 2 times 2 plus 4 equals to 8. 3 times 3 plus 4 equals to 13. So when you go all the way down, so they're asking you, when will you get 104? You realize that, so you can dot. Okay, at figure 10, your value is 200. 10 times 10 plus 4 equals to 104. So you ask yourself, how do I get 104? Very simple. I take 104 minus away 4. Why minus away 4? Because my number pattern already tells me that the 4 is always fixed. So because of that, I will know that this is 100. How do I get 100? Which number, when multiplied, will get me 100? 10 times 10. So therefore, I know that it is 10. Okay? 10. Okay, you can use this to solve. I repeat once again. So you can use number pattern. Okay, this is how you present your table. You put the rule here, you figure out the rule. Because you figure out the rule already, they want to know when will you get 104. So you reverse engineer, you know that it's always plus 4 here. So you minus 4 lor, left 100. Then you ask yourself, what times what equals to 100? 10 times 10. So your number pattern has to be 10. Okay? Next. The bar graph below shows the number of packets of different food collected in a donation drive. This question, many of you were very careless. Very, very, very careless. Okay? Now, 2/5 of the total packets of food was noodles. Shade the bar representing the number of packets of coffee collected. Okay? So how do we solve this problem? Now, they told you that actually, if you take a look at here, they said that 2/5 is actually noodles, right? So you can find out what is 1 unit first. What is 1 unit? Okay? So 1 unit in this case is actually 350 divided by 2. So how do we do the working? 2U is 350. So how do I know that 2U is 350? Because it's already stated here. 2/5 of the total number of packets of food collected was noodles. So the 2 unit is here. So how do I get the 350? I read from the graph log. So therefore, I know that 2 unit is 350. So 1 unit would be 350 divided by 2. Okay? So my answer would actually be 175. Okay? Now, if you take a look at here, okay, shade the number of packets of coffee collected. So how do we know how many was collected? Okay, so what you want to do is you want to know what exactly is, okay, you want to know exactly what is 3 units. Why 3 units? Because 3 units is the remaining. When you get 1 minus 2/5, your answer is 3/5. So this part of the 3 units is what is remaining after you ignore your noodles. You don't want to care about your noodles. Okay, I don't want to care about my noodles, but remaining is what I have, these 3 units. Okay, so then after that, 3 units would be 175 times 3, and my answer is actually 525. Okay, so I know that 525 is actually what I have here. This amount in total is 525. But wait, I only want what? My coffee. correct? So in this case, what I would do is I need to read. My biscuit is actually what? 250. My rice is actually how much? 200. Together, I know that this 3 is 525. So to get my answer for this part over here for coffee, I will take 525, subtract away 250 and 200. Okay? So therefore, 525 minus away 200 minus away 250, my answer would be 75. Okay, and then I will color 75. Be very careful. 75 is actually here. Okay? Careful, some of you are very careless. So each division here is 25. Alright? Moving on. B. Okay. The table below shows the mass of each packet of food. What was the given mass? What was the total mass of the packet of noodles and rice collected? Okay. Give your answer in kilograms. Alright. So basically, this shows the number of packets, correct? So they want noodles and they want rice. So circle out noodles, circle out rice. So noodles had how many packets? Noodles was 300, right? We calculated. No, sorry, 350. And then you're going to ask me where I get my 350 from, right? I got it from here. Remember, we calculated. So this one, right, noodles, right, is actually 350 times 5. Okay, and then, oh sorry, this my bad. Please ignore this. We're calculating for noodles. So it's 350 times 500. Okay, this is in grams. So your answer is actually 175,000 grams. Okay, and then for your rice is 200. So 200 packets times, but this is in kg already. So good for you. You don't have to convert this. Okay, your answer would actually be, hold on, 1000 kg. Okay. So now what you need to do is you will need to convert this into kg because they want kilograms. So therefore 175,000 gram is also equivalent. You need to divide by 1000 because k means 1000. 175 kg. Okay, and then you take 175 kg plus 1000 kg. Your answer would be 1175 kg. Alright? Oh, okay. So be very careful. Many of you, your conversion, you converted wrongly. Okay, and that led to you not getting the correct answer. Next. Okay, some water was transferred from tank A to tank B, which was empty at first. So tank B is the one that is empty. While pouring the water, 600 ml of water was spilled on the table, spilled somewhere on the table. After the transfer, the height in the water tank was 10 cm. So annotate, write down. Okay, so after transfer, only left 10 cm. Okay. And the height of the water is 12 cm. Okay, what was the volume of the tank A at first? Give your answer in liters. So what you need to find out is, what is the volume that is remaining when it's 10 cm? Okay, you need to find out this volume. Then you also need to find out the volume when tank B was at 12 cm. Add them together, and then don't forget you spilled 600 ml. So add these two together plus your 600 ml. That will give you your answer. So let's start off by finding out, okay, remaining. So what we can do is tank A. When there is 10 cm left, what is the volume? So the volume of that will be 12 times 20 times 10. So where did I get this value? 20, 10, and 12. Length times breadth times height. Okay. So when that happens, I will get 2400. Okay. Now this is in cm cube. Be very careful. So I suggest you put a volume here and you write down the unit, because when it comes to this kind of thing, if you're unclear, you're gonna be in trouble. So volume of tank B left at 12 cm. Same thing, 30 times 15 times 12. Where did I get my value from? 30, 15, 12. Length times breadth times height. And then my answer would be 5400 cm cube. So because I have written volume here, it is okay for me to put the units. Nothing wrong. Then after that, I need to add these two together with the 600 ml that was spilled. Okay. So finally, capacity of A at first, or rather volume of A at first would be 2400 plus 5400 plus 600, correct? Your answer would be 8. My apologies. 8400 cm cube. But wait, they wanted this to be in liters. So 8400 cm cube, okay, is actually 8.4 liters. How did I do this? I divide by 1000. So I shift 1, 2, 3. Okay. So that's how I get my answer 8.4 liters. Alright. Okay. Okay, Mr. Chong mixed white and blue paint in a ratio of 3:1 for a paint job. Fill in the missing values in the following table. Okay, so remember this. I always tell you to label. So this is actually blue and this is white. Okay, so therefore, how did you... So if my blue paint is 3, my white paint is 1. So how do I get 4? I have to multiply by 4. So what is 3 times 4? Answer 16. Right? So if my blue paint is 48, how did I get 48 over here? Okay, I will need to, remember, everything multiply by 3. So I will need to divide by 3. So my answer would be 16. Okay. Now, next question. If Mr. Chong uses 1 liter 500 ml of the white paint, how many liters of the blue paint did he use? Give your answer in liters and milliliters. This is very easy. So what do you need to do? Put the ratio down first. Okay? So remember, blue is to white is always 3:1. So then, given that this is the amount, okay, Mr. Chong uses white paint is 1500. 1500. Oh, sorry, I made a mistake. My bad. 4 times 3 supposed to be 12. Okay? Please take note. 12 is the correct answer. Okay? Now, so you know that the ratio is always blue is 3 times of white. So if white is 1005, then you need to multiply this side by 3. Correct? So what is 1005 times 3? So 1500 times 3 is actually 4500 ml. Okay, now because the answer they wanted it in liters and milliliters, okay, we need to convert this 4500 ml into liters and milliliters. So therefore the answer will be 4 liters 500 ml. Okay, very straightforward. Now, C. Mr. Chong used, sorry, this is B and then this is C. Use a total of 14 liters paint for the painting job. How many of liters and of blue paint did he use? So you can actually use units to solve this problem. Since we already know that the ratio is 3:1, the total is always 4 units. So we can say that 4 units would be 14 liters. Right? Okay. So then after that, what is 1 unit? 14 liters divided by 4. Your answer is 3.5 liters. So you know that your blue is 3 units and your white is 1 unit, but you want your blue. So 3 units would be 3.5 liters times 3. And your answer is 10.5 liters. So answer 10.5 liters. Okay? No need to do any more conversion because they only want liters. Question 15. Doing a sale, store X and store Y are offering the following discount. Okay, so these two stores, they have different discount schemes. So they may sell the same thing, but the discount, the way they calculate discount is different. So a printer costs $245 and a thumb drive costs this amount. Highlight it. Mr. G bought 2 items from shop X. How much did he have to pay? So 20% store wide means all items are at 20% discount. So what we need to do is we need to find what is 80% of these two. So there are 2 ways of doing it. First, we find what is 80% of this plus what is 80% of this. Or we can add the 2 together and then after that find out what is 80%. So for A, I would suggest we do total cost first. I prefer to do it that way. So we have 245. So once again, you do annotation is so that it's easier for you to understand. So the total cost is 245 plus 88. So where did I get this 2? My 88 comes from here. My 245 comes to here. The total of these 2. So the total of these 2 would be 333. Now, don't forget, if there is a 20% off, that means you only need to pay 80% of this amount. So what is 80% of this amount? So you want to find the real amount. So right hand side is the real amount. Okay, so 333 times how many percent? So 80%. So 80 over 100. Okay, your answer would be, okay, let's remove the dollar signs first. 266.4. So write your statement. Your answer is 266.40. If you did not put a 0 at the back, subtraction of marks. I say first again. You will be penalized. Now then the next part. Both items are sold at store Y at the same price with different discounts. Toby bought the exact same printer and thumb drive. How much more did Toby pay than Mr. G? So first, we need to find out how much did Toby pay at in the end. Okay, so first item is at 15, second item is at 25%. So they say here already, second item is the lower price item. So the lower price in this case is $88. Why? Because this is the lower price. So the lower price is actually your thumb drive. And then the first item is actually your printer. Okay, which is at $245. So in this case, there is no way. You have to calculate individually. Okay, you cannot say, oh, add them together. Cannot. So for B, you first want to find out what is 85% of 245. Why? Because I told you already, the more expensive item is your printer at 245. Why is it 85%? Because 15% off. 100% minus 15% is 85%. Okay? So therefore, once again, 245 is on the right hand side. You want to find out what is 85%. So 85 over 100. And your answer will be 208.25. Okay? So that is the cost of your printer at shop Y. Now you have to find the cost of your thumb drive. So thumb drive 25% off. So 100% minus 25% is 75%. So 75% of 88 is basically 88 is a real number. So how many percent? 75 over 100. So your answer would be 866. So then after that, you need to add these two numbers together to find the total amount that is being paid. Okay? So total would be 208.25 plus 66. Your answer would be 274.25. So now you have this two total amount. Okay, so as what the question already said, that at shop Y, Toby paid more, but they want to know how much more. So you need to take this total, subtract away this total. So the difference would be 274.25 minus away 266.4. Your answer would be 7.85. Make sure you have your dollar sign there. Okay, that's how you get the answer for this. Alright? Next. So can you see how my annotation actually helped me to clarify my thoughts? In exam, you need to be able to annotate like that. You may think that it takes a lot of time, but no what? See, I exemplify for you how fast it takes me to calculate the whole thing. Less than 5 minutes. Okay, sorry. Okay, question 16. Okay, one more time. So this is the capacity of it. Okay, 5/6 filled with water. So they ask you what is the volume of water that is poured out. So to do this question, you need to find out what is the difference in height. So because the total height here is 60, we first need to find out what is this height over here. Okay? This height over here is 60 divided by 5. Divided by 6. Why? Because we know that it is actually 5/6. So we want to divide by 6 first. Answer is 10. So because it's 5 out of 6, right? We need to then take 10 multiply by 5. So the height of this is actually 50. 50. Okay? So given that the height before any water is poured out is 50, we need to then now find out what is the difference in this height and this height over here. Okay, so to do that, we will take 50 minus away 8 because they tell you after they poured out, the height became 8. So we have to take 50 minus away 8. So your answer is actually 42. Okay? And then now to find out the volume over here, we will use this as the height. So what is our length and breadth? It is 25 and 20. Because it is the same tank, there is no difference. Okay? So therefore, volume of water poured out would be 42 times 25 times 20. Okay, so in this case, your answer would be 21000. But they needed this in they needed this in what you call that, liters. We have to convert this into liters, so 21 liters. Okay, we need to divide this by 1000. So we shift 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is A, 21,000. 21 liters, sorry. Okay, then B. So they then said that water flowed from a tap into the tank at a rate of 0.25 liters per second. How long did it take for the tank to be filled completely? Give your answer in seconds. So we first need to realize what is the height of the unfilled tank. Right? We need to find out what is the height of the unfilled tank. So the height of the unfilled tank over here, okay, this initially was 60, correct? Let me find another color. The whole entire thing here is 60. So if this is 60, we need to subtract away your 8. So this is the amount that is unfilled, the height here. So the unfilled height is actually, this is B already, okay? 60 minus away 8. Your answer is 52. So then you need to find out what is this volume of water that is needed all the way to the top, because now they say filled to the brim. Correct? So basically, you will take 52 times 25 times 20. And your answer is 26000 cm cubed. This is volume needed. Okay? Then now after that, they tell you that 0.25 liters. Because this is in liters, you have to convert your 26000 cm cubed to liters, which is divide by 1000, so it's 26 liters. Then you will take 26 liters, divide by 0.25. Okay, so your answer is 104. So you know that this is just, I'm annotating so you know, per second. So this 104 is 104 second. Make sure you put your units. Okay? Next, last question. Okay? At a bakery, a box of scones and pies cost $32. Each scone costs $1.25, and then each pie costs 50 cents less. Okay? There are 8 more pies than scones in the box. How much does each pie cost? So it's very simple, isn't it? They told you already, each scone costs this amount. And then after they tell you each pie costs 50 cents less than your scone. So basically, you just need to take, so scone is $1.25. Pie would be $1.25 minus away 0.50 cents. Why? Because they said less ma. So your answer would be 75 cents. Okay, very straightforward this one, no issues. Then they go on to say, how many scones and pies are there in the box all together? Okay, now the first thing you need to understand is that there are 8 more pies than scones in the pots, in the box. Okay, so what happens here is that you want to find out, okay, what is the difference. All right, these 8, because these 8 pies here, okay, because of this 8 more pies, what is the cost of it? Okay, so the cost of this 8 more pies, so this is A and this is B, so 8 pies would be 8 times 0.75. Answer is $6, correct? Now, a box costs 32, so let's subtract away this $6, because once we subtract away this $6, then we know that the number of pies and the number of scone is actually what? Equal. Because why? They said there were 8 more pies. So if I take the cost of one whole box, okay, minus away what is the number of pie that is more, the number of pie and your scones will be the same. So right now, I'm just annotating here, n, okay, n pie is the same as your number of n scones plus another 8 pie. So we want to cancel away this. And the cost of this whole thing is actually $32. So we want to cancel away this 8 pie. How to cancel away this pie? Minus away the $6. So that now there'll be equal number of pies and number and scones. So the next step, I'm going to erase this part away, once you all understand. So the next step you need to do is you need to take $32, or is it $36? Okay, $32 minus away the $6. So your answer is 26. This $26, right, has the same number of pie and scones. So now I want to find out one set of 1 scone and 1 pie costs how much. So 1 pie costs $1.25. Where did I get this from? From here. Plus 1 pie. Where did I get this here? Here. See? So then my answer for one set is actually $2. So now that I know that every set of this is $2, I just need to take 26 divided by 2. I will get 13 sets. But remember, this 13 set, right, is made up of 1 pie and 1 scone. So very simple, they ask how many scones and how many pies are there in the box. So I know that for my scones, it is 13. That one is, okay, very straightforward. Okay. Now, then what happens with the amount? Okay, so what happens is I need to now times 2, because my pie here also has 13, correct? 13, 13. Why 13, 13? Because one set is made of 1 pie and 1 scone. So 13 set is equals to 13 pie and 13 scones. But don't forget, just now I subtract away 8 pies. So I must add back my 8 pies. So in total, right, I want to know how many scones and pies. Scones and pies. I must take 13 plus 8 plus 13. So 13 pie plus another 8 pie that I minus plus another 13 scones. So total would be 13 plus 13 plus 8. Your answer will be 34. Okay, once again, where did I get my 13 from? Over here. Where did I get my 13 from? From here. Where did I get my 8 from? From here, because I subtracted 8. to make them equal. So I must add back.